Welcome to Black History Month of 2023. This year we're paying homage to great actors and activists such as Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer, all the way down to Greensboro, North Carolina with the Greensboro Four, who bravely sat at the lunch counter, to the beautiful voice and spirit that he was of Minister Malcolm X, all the way down to those courageous writings written by Mrs. Ida B. Wells Barnett, and to those brave little children who marched in Birmingham, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, this year we are going to pay homage to all of the brave activists of the movement, the heroes and the sheroes, because this year we celebrate what is Black history. Ladies and gentlemen, come with me on a journey as we celebrate all month long. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for this video. Today, we will be talking about the distinguished lawyer, Charles Hamilton Houston. Charles Hamilton Houston was born September 3rd, 1895. Okay, y'all, he was a fellow Virgo like myself. He was an American lawyer and educator. And at only 12 years old, his parents, his father, who was a fellow lawyer, and his mom, who was a cosmetologist, decided that they were going to send their 12-year-old son to high school. The first high school in America, actually, for Black students. After Charles Hamilton Houston continued his education, he would go on to graduate from Amherst College. And after teaching at Howard University for a few years, he decided to enroll in the U.S. Army. But after this, Charles Hamilton Houston would go on to become literally the vice dean of Howard University's law school. What he decided to do was help and train young Black law students on how to use America's own laws against them. His overall fight was to take down Plessy versus Ferguson and to end school segregation. What they decided to do was go down south, he along with Thurgood Marshall and a few of his other students, to record footage and to show how these Black schools were not up to par with that of white schools. What ended up happening was, ladies and gentlemen, they were able to get their first client, Donald Murray. And what they were able to do was to prove that having these separate but yet equal schools was non-existent. Donald Murray wanted to attend law school, and there wasn't a Black law school. So the Supreme Court argued in their favor, and what they did was say you must enroll Donald Murray at the University of Maryland's law school. But this was just the beginning of that fight. See, Charles Hamilton Houston had taught his students, and including his prize pupil student Thurgood Marshall, how to use America's own laws against them, arguing under the 14th Amendment that said we are supposed to have equal protection under the law and full citizenship here in this country. They were going to be able to soon go on to prove their case. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, after Charles Hamilton Houston fell ill, he had to have a conversation with Thurgood Marshall about continuing the fight to end school segregation. But Thurgood Marshall made sure that he let Charlie know one thing for sure. He was never going to give up in this fight. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have heard of Thurgood Marshall, but how many of you all heard of his mentor? The man who started the fight, the man who lit the flame, the man who went in and did the groundwork, the man who has spent 25 to 30 years fighting in this good fight, Charles Hamilton Houston. Today, my dear brother, we honor you.